So I want to talk about Fubo TV because it's very interesting.
Yeah.
And a disclaimer on this is I know a bunch of people are going to be like, well, where you guys been at with Fubo TV? The reality is it's speculative stuff. We're not trying to like be an early mover on highly speculative stock. So
Yeah.
what I'll say first is it's okay if Fubo's moved. The reality is we're thinking about things that are reliable, and if they go down or they have a great volatility, we consider them a discount. I don't know whether that's the case or not in Fubo TV. However, something recently is really coming to the forefront that I think it's worth the conversation. So Fubo TV has really dug into allowing the viewers to essentially bet on the sports they're streaming live.
Yeah.
So think about if you take like any live streaming channel, like YouTube Live, if you're watching YouTube Live, and then you take Penn and you put those companies together and you could online sports bet while you're watching the game, and they're giving you odds while you're doing that. And so they have this option to do it. And Fubo TV is surrounded, for those of you guys who don't know, streaming platform really leaning on sports. And they've actually done a really good job of leveraging partnerships and getting partnerships. And so it's not just about the value of the streaming people, but now they're taking advantage of the online sports betting, and they're creating another general revenue stream, which is really why I'm excited about this. And it's something that it's now on my radar because I feel like, okay, they're gaining traction. They're expected to have now this is my prediction, by the end of the year, 1 million premium subscribers. I think the real estimate is, analyst estimate averages like around 850 to 900,000, but I think they could hit that 1 million mark. My question to you, Brad, is Fubo TV's next generation streaming experience are they showing us what the future is going to be of streaming, where it's not just passive, but it's actually active?
I think so. I mean, especially so Fubo is really big with the football, aka soccer crowd. And I think this definitely could be. I don't know if Fubo is good enough though to stand by itself. And I think that this could be a huge M&A candidate.
Yep.
For whoever wants them. I mean, I think Disney could certainly grab them up. I think they could afford them. Just wouldn't surprise me to see. I think Disney could be one of the bigger candidates. I mean, they already have ESPN. It just wouldn't surprise me if Disney came by and just said, "Hey, we're going to pick them up."
Yeah, that was sort of my next question. So Fubo has a $4 billion market cap. I think it makes it a really attractive takeover target.
Yeah.
$4 billion is pennies to these digital companies, these streaming companies. Disney makes a lot of sense with the ESPN. Also, don't discount Amazon, and we haven't talked about this yet on the channel. But so the rights to Sunday NFL Ticket.
Right.
Who gets that? Right. So Amazon's on the map for that. ESPN's on the map in the running for that. It looks like it's going to be one of those two if I'm a betting man. And so I think NFL Sunday Ticket makes a whole lot of sense for ESPN. However, Amazon, they need to make a big splash. They got cash. Why not spend it on this? So to me, I think also leveraging Fubo, like those Amazon as well, if they really decide to go hard in the paint on sports, if they get the NFL Sunday Ticket, why not just go ahead and buy Fubo TV as well? It's going to be cheaper than the rights to the NFL Sunday Ticket.
Yeah, I mean, you look at where this is sitting. I mean, I was just looking at the chart here. So if we look at the chart on this, and it's bounced off and held up over the 50-day moving average pretty well over the last, I would say, really since September started, and it's been struggling to get up over the 200-day moving average. So definitely watch that area. But back to your point, as far as the M&A is concerned, doesn't Prime own the rights to Thursday Night Football now, or this year, or is that next year?
I think it starts next year, but they did win the rights.
Yeah. So
what are you talking about?
That definitely would make a lot of sense. I mean, and we've touched on this before in the past. It's definitely worth repeating that, they own Twitch. So we've seen them kind of integrating sports a little bit more into Twitch as well, the live streaming service
Yeah.
there. So I think that they could get some of their creators on Twitch. I don't know. I think could be something definitely worth a look. And really, if you have cash to spend on speculative plays, this is definitely one that I would certainly take a note of, because just would not surprise me in the least bit to see this scooped up by somebody.
Yeah, so it begins 2023 will be when they take Thursday night football. So it's a 10-year agreement.
Okay.
15 Thursday night football games during the regular season. I love this because in the past, the NFL Network, and somebody just needs to buy that anyway, but like the on that was just so hard to like justify buying Thursday night football for the NFL Network, to like buying NFL Network. However, now it makes sense because like Prime, this is a funnel tool. Like they just need it to break even. It'll bring more Prime memberships in. That's great. But the goal is to bring the memberships in to sell them so they buy other things, right?
Yeah.
So you use the discount and you go shopping at Whole Foods, you buy online e-commerce, all that stuff that they have going on. So I like that move. I think it's what it makes sense. It makes the most sense for ESPN, but it would have the greatest impact for Amazon because Amazon could really become a player. It'd be a smart move. And so when you tie back into bring it back to FuboTV, I wouldn't be mad at anybody for picking up FuboTV if they're like, hey, I'm getting into this as an M&A play. And I would actually think it could be a similar strategy as another stock you just did really well on, which was Affirm, in that you can get this stock as an M&A play, but you could also benefit because they're going to continue to get more partnerships, and you could get a massive partnership just like Affirm did. And even if you're playing it as M&A in the short term, you're going to see these partnerships happen that could be nice little like shot in the arms to the stock as well.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. I mean, we're going to continue to talk about this topic of merger candidates and who's going to buy what, because all of the money, the stimulus money that's coming to the markets, all the liquidity, we're seeing huge numbers from a lot of the major companies, and these smaller ones are going to get scooped up. So be on the lookout for that, guys. Make sure you're hitting that notification bell, hitting that subscribe button, all that good stuff, because this topic of conversation isn't over when it comes to merger candidates and acquisitions. We're going to see a lot more of this in the next 6 to 12 months, I think.